Yes, you can create prompts with ChatGPT, but something that most people don't consider that ChatGPT is going to go extra miles to be extremely convincing about absolutely nonsense things.
Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center. Bye-bye.
How'd you do that?
2 months ago, I made a video about Prompt Perfect, the tool every pro prompt engineer uses now. And you asked for a tutorial, so here we are. This tutorial will cover 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. At the end of this video, you will know more than 90% of people, and we will be able to create perfect prompts every time fast. And to this point, interestingly enough, on Prompt-Base, the top-selling prompt is ChatGPT Prompt Generator. So I'm going to buy it and I'm going to test it against Prompt Perfect later in this video. This tutorial is about Prompt Perfect, a product created by GenAI who continues supporting this channel and is sponsoring this video. Since my last video, Prompt Perfect released so many new features without increasing the subscription price, so I'm going to go through all of them in this video. When you first time log in, you will have some free credits, so you can even now go ahead and play around with that. And here on the left side, we have all the different functions. For the beginning, we will focus on top left corner, which says prompts. GenAI also added a bunch of new models, so let's look at that. So we have ChatGPT, GPT-4, Stable LM7B, which is Stability AI text model. Interesting. Claude, Command, and GPT-3. Image models, we have DALL-E 2, Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, Kandinsky 2.1, and also Lexica. When it comes to add-ons, we have 4 areas. First one is overview. You can control before and after preview. We can redo original prompt in preview, and variable substitution, which is incredibly useful function, and I will show that in a moment to you. Okay, so for the quality, we can shorten prompts, we can increase better quality of the prompts, but also you can control optimization of your prompt. And then we can control language. So for my multilingual friends, in the language area, you can optimize always prompts for English. If you toggle auto prompt language, your optimized prompt is going to be in the same language as the original prompt. However, if you want to kind of optimize and translate your prompts, so for example, you're prompting in your native language and you want the output to be in English, you can select Always Optimize for English. And on top of that, you can select the language that your optimized prompt is going to be in. And we have incredible amount of languages. And the last area is moderate. The option to mark as a non-gibberish means that if your original prompt has grammar mistakes or misspelling, sometimes in large language model that tends to leak in the output of your prompt. Select this one, it will optimize and try to eliminate that. Select bypass ethical filters. The model will try to optimize your prompt in a way that it wouldn't trigger ethical filters, like talking about finance or any sensitive topic. Now, let's test it out. I'm going to attempt to create a prompt for a LinkedIn post, and I have some criteria which I want to be included in the prompt, which is as hook needs to be less than 140 characters, the whole post shouldn't exceed 1,300 characters, there should be call to action at the end, and 5 relevant hashtags. We are going to work with text models, and we'll go ahead and choose GPT-4. When it comes to add-ons, let's do better quality. And for now, let's optimize strength at around 3. And for language, I keep it English. I will prompt in absolutely basic way. I'm saying, write me a LinkedIn post. And I pasted the criteria from my notes. And here it is, optimized prompt. Definitely more elaborate than what I provided. Copy this prompt, and I pasted it in ChatGPT 4 with web browsing enabled. And onto the bottom, I added 2 sentences. Your post should be about importance of effective communication with AI via prompting, and your audience is artificial intelligence enthusiasts. So this is what we got. Prompting is like Google Maps of AI interaction. It guides the AI, shaping its responses and enabling us to tap into its vast potential. It's the difference between getting an answer that's generically correct versus the one that's contextually perfect. This is good. I'm going to show you one more feature with AI generative models, which is incredible. I struggled quite a bit to try to replicate my painting style or my drawing style. I'm selecting Midjourney from the image models. We are bumping up the whole optimization strength all the way up. Select this little button and upload one of my drawings right here. This is the result. I uploaded this to Midjourney and look at the results. I also want to test Midjourney's describe function. You can also upload an image and Midjourney will create a prompt for you, and we are going to compare it to what I got from Prompt Perfect. Exactly the same image. A watercolor sketch of a girl with a blue eyes. We are going to go with the first prompt. It's definitely way shorter than what Prompt Perfect suggested. And when I talked with people, we generally found out that prompts created from the image on Prompt Perfect are way better than Midjourney. Let's see if you can agree with me on that. Okay, so it is not bad, but to my subjective opinion, I think that the results we got from the Prompt Perfect was way more impressive. This is just a beginning, and we are going to move now to Streamline. This allows you to interface and continuously optimize your prompts in a streamlined way. Therefore the name. And I have this idea. I want to create prompt generator. We are going to select GPT-4 model once again. And my prompt, which is quite basic, sounds like this. You are perfect prompt generator. Your task is to create prompts optimized for GPT-4. La la la. Acknowledge that you understood by saying let's prompt and wait for my next prompt. Remember, your job is to provide me only with perfect prompts that achieve the given task. And we have a couple of options, so we can shorten the prompt, we can preview the output, optimize prompt. And here you go, we have optimized prompt. So before I test this, I'm going to go and buy a prompt on PromptBase, which is GPT-4 prompt generator. And the funny thing is, this price is almost the same what you would get if you apply my code on Prompt Perfect with 15% discount. And then you have a subscription for the whole month and all the other functionalities. But in any case, let's buy this prompt and put it to the test. I would like to respect the author who created this prompt. I'm not going to disclose this prompt, but I'm going to test it. This prompt has a couple of instructions in it. I have to paste what I want the task to be directly in the original prompt. Create a short rhyme about a bunny and a girl for a children's book. Let's test it. Okay, so it addresses ChatGPT. That's something new. I haven't seen that. Wow, this prompt is long. You can pause the video and read this in detail, but I'm going to go back to Prompt Perfect. This prompt I got is way shorter, so I'm going to put it to the test. And same as the big long prompt. I will include one-to-one comparison so you can pause the video and check out the difference. And I'm sure the top-selling prompt, which I just bought, is great, but Prompt Perfect, as I mentioned, give you access to way broader scope of models. So for now, I'm going to go with Prompt Perfect. Let's move to few-shot prompting, which is more intermediate level, before we jump to the actual fun stuff in advanced mode. So few-shot prompts is something more experienced people with prompting are familiar with. The few-shot prompt contains instruction, examples, and target tasks, and Prompt Perfect provides you with a full interface for this process. So for the instructions, I'm going to copy our optimized LinkedIn post. I am going to optimize this prompt even more. And here I'm going to add some examples of the post which I have written so that it also inherits my writing style. So I went ahead and I added 10 examples of my own LinkedIn post, and you can also upload CSV file. So the last bit is to provide target task, and this has to follow the same structure as your examples. So I had LinkedIn 1, LinkedIn 2, and LinkedIn 10. So in a target task, I will say LinkedIn 11. Right away, we can preview the prompt, and you can see this structure with Prompt Perfect implemented, especially when you do sentiment analysis or something simpler than what I'm trying to achieve here. It's a good practice to always randomize your prompts. Okay, but I want to test this, so we will select GPT-4 and run this. I'm going to go ahead and copy this prompt and we will test it out. And this is the final result. Again, you can pause and read this. Think of it as you want in the wizarding world of AI. Wave it correctly, you get magic. Wave it haphazardly, you might get a frog. Interesting. I want you to just imagine this. You have a room full of different personalities, and you can ask them any question you want, and depending on these different personalities and abilities, you get multiple different answers. You can identify which one works the best for you or for this specific question. But to test models, you don't have to pay anything more. You don't have to have private access, beta testing access, or even use APIs. So let me show you. I have all the text models enabled, and we will do roses are red, violets are blue, artificial intelligence is, let's go. Okay, I think ChatGPT was first. The command said red/blue. Okay, GPT-4, smart, just like you. Thank you. Stable Diffusion's text model is still thinking. Okay, so now I'm going to enable all the image models, and I will ask for cute puppy. Okay, let's go. Who's first? Lexica, delete 2, cute, Midjourney, alright, Stable Diffusion, and Kandinsky 2.1 is still thinking. Let's move to a little bit more advanced step. GenAI simplified the whole process, so even if you are not a developer, you can still play with this just like I did. And I'm going to show you the full workflow of this functionality. So we are going to ask, write a little bedtime story for a 2-year-old. Story should be about, and this becomes a variable. Remember I showed you here, I enabled variables, and here I can input what is going to be my moral and character, and every time I run prompt I can change those. For the moral I will say sharing, and the character is going to be, so this is the optimized prompt, and with 2 variables. I'm going to deploy this as a service by clicking here. In simple terms, this is your way to allow other people to use your prompts in their terminal or whatever place you can manage codes. I can only imagine if you're a developer, then once you see prompt as service, your imagination should go wild of all the possibilities this service provides. We are getting a little bit of code. For that code to work, you can generate new secret key, but for this time I'm going to close it. I'm going to give it public access, which means that I don't have to generate key. We have our 2 variables right here. We will pop to the code. I will copy this, open my terminal, which anybody who has computer has this. Here you go. So paste. Imagine you're sending this snippet of a code to anybody who has computer, and they can't see the prompt you use because that's a service you provide, but they can include the variables from your prompt. They don't have to have access to GPT-4, they don't have to have Prompt Perfect. You can provide this literally as a service and start your prompt engineering career if you like. For a character, and once again we will do Bunny Flaky this time. And for the moral, the importance of friendship, press enter. And here you go. You have a little story, and you can go to the free version of GPT 3.5 right now with the result you got from GPT-4 and say reformat this text. And instead of having it all smushed like this, here you go, you have a full text. Remember that LinkedIn post that we created? I transformed that into prompt as service, which I can send now to anybody. They can get the results just by typing industry and topic. I think this is definitely something where you can start testing on your friends and family and move it one level up, providing as a service. Look at this as an absolutely user-friendly integration of API. Wherefore, if you are a developer and you know how to work with APIs, GenAI also provides that, and you can go ahead and build applications and integrate prompt optimization behind your chatbots, behind your content generators, really anything. And the last bit is settings. In every single model that GenAI has, they even added their own Gina chat model. You can control settings. Not only you can control the settings, but you can understand what these settings mean and what they actually do. Alright, if you got this far, I really encourage you to give Prompt Perfect a shot. If you have specific knowledge, this can enable you to design a killer prompt, which you can sell, by the way, and earn some cash, but also to share this prompt with other people. If you provide this as a service, you can control the amount of times this prompt could be run and disable this from public access at any point. If you found this video interesting, and if you want to learn more about prompt engineering and the future of this career, you can watch this video here.